WayofTime here, bringing to you another super project episode. This time, we're going to be working on something a little extra special. It is going to be the item retrieval network. Now, this isn't just a retrieval network, it is also an automatic crafting system. I'll get into the crafting system a little later on into the video, but you'll probably want to focus on the other goodies first of all. So, without further ado, let's actually get started. Now, the first part of this you're going to notice is the many chests that are here. Now, currently there is a glitch in Redpower 2, which this is mainly using, along with the computer over there. You cannot actually shift right click to get to the Sortron's interface, which will allow you to change its bus ID. This bus ID is basically the ID that allows the computer, which is connected to the ribbon cable here, to switch to the Sortron. So it can work with multiple Sortrons. This program is actually designed to use multiple Sortrons, but one Sortron is easily enough used. So there's just one Sortron connected to one chest with a bit of stuff in it. Some paper, some diamonds, and a few sticks for good measure. There's also another chest right here, which is going to be used for our calling items. So as you can see, there's a cyan color under there, and this is a black one. And this tube goes off into the merry blue yonder, and we'll get to that soon. So, you want to call an item. You know the name of the item. So, say we want to call 10 diamonds. Let's just call this item from our system and call complete. And let's check. 10 of our diamonds are gone. Where are they? They're in this chest right here. Easy enough. Let's take the diamonds here, put them back where they belong, because we want our diamonds right into this nice little crafting area. And let's go onwards. Now, it also works with sticks. So if we want to pull 5 sticks, all we do is call that item as well. Obviously, sticks is not what we need. It is actually stick. So 5 stick, call item, and we got 5 sticks. Now say that you don't want them all in one place. You have this nice and merrily all over the place, and you don't want it to be all neat and tidy for some reason. I don't know, maybe you're some sort of strange alchemist composing many recipes, but you want to take this stuff from the recipes. So you want to take all the diamonds from there. So the 64 diamonds that are there, just call them all, and it'll go through the entire chest looking for the diamonds. When it sees the diamonds, it will then take them, and take them all, and when it's finally satisfied, it will be able to open up the interface again. Now, retrieving your sticks and diamonds is all well and good, but say you want to get something a little more woody. So let's take this oak wood and we want to add it to the system. Let's put it into slot 3, so the Sortron goes from 0, 1, 2, 3, and we want to add wood. So how would we go about doing that? Well, we need to create wood. So let's create wood. This is going to be our variable name. It's more of an array, but we'll get to that later. Create wood, and then we'll do new item. So we're going to make a new item called wood. So what we do afterwards is we take our slot that it's currently in and go wood, slot 3, item, exclamation mark. And that'll assign whatever's here into there. So now wood is saved into this system. So all we have to do now is check. We have 64 wood. Let's call all 64. We want 64 wood. And it'll grab it all from the chest, throw it into this chest, And now we have everything all woody. So you have your diamonds and you have your sticks, and you want to make, say, 5 diamond pickaxes. And what you could do is you could grab 15 diamonds from the chest as well as 10 sticks, or you could order them up, just take them from the chest once they're there and go over here to the crafting area, or better yet, you could craft them using the machine over here. Let's clear the page, and we're going to want 5 diamond pickaxes. So let's go with 5 diamond pick, and then we're going to use a new word, and it's called Wreckcraft. So R-E-C craft, and let's enter. So what it'll first do is check whether it has the required items, so it'll take them out and put them back into the buffer right here. And then once it sees that it has the required items, it'll go out and throw them all into this area. So let's watch them. So the sticks are going onwards a bit more. Then we see that there are a bunch of craft packets over here going through the entire system, just steadily working through the machine and seeing which items are needing to be added. So then the last sticks are over here, and now we have a blue packet, goes into the stamper, and we're going to get our diamond picks, and if we run over here, we'll see that we have all of the 5 diamond picks with the 15 diamonds and the 10 sticks taken out. So let's take the diamond picks, and then we can go off and enchant them if we want to for later. You know, go on a huge mining expedition or something. Now, how this works is both complex and simple at the same time. Let's look over here at these nice little stampers. Sorry, the craft packet makers. These craft packet makers, there's 9 in total, are wired so that each and every single one has a different area in which they craft in the crafting grid. So if we see, there's another one here, and each of them goes for the consecutive slot. And as well, each of them have different colors that are associated to them. So what it first does is it checks whether it has all the items. If it doesn't, there's some other things that it needs to do, but first it checks all the items. So it gets pulled from the sortron, then thrown back into the chest over there as a buffer. Now, if there was a bit more sortron ability, say if we had another sortron and we were able to use it, which will probably come when Redpower updates and fixes the little bug with the sortrons, it'll then go to a buffer case, but we just bring it back into here since it's quick enough in determining whether it has the correct ingredients. So then once it determines it has enough, what it does is it pulls them all, again, the items, so the 15 diamonds and the 10 sticks, color codes them, and using this IO expander, it actually opens up the filters going to the craft packet makers. And for good measure, it throws a bunch of paper, the required amount of paper for the crafts, down the tube, and it searches for the first area that it needs to go to. So in the case of the diamond pickaxe, what it will do is it'll go to the first one, the paper will go into here, make the packet, and then it'll be ejected through the filter here and go outwards. Because it's set up in series, the paper has to go through each and every single one in turn. Now the fun thing is, because the IO expander is on with the particular items, so say in this one the white wire would be on as well as the orange, magenta, and other ones, it will open up the filters and allow the packet to go through. So for instance, if we had the paper again, let's actually make another pickaxe. Let's make one more to watch while it's working. There. So after it determines that it has enough items, which it does have, let's just look at the paper itself. It'll take a while for it to get working, but here comes the paper. The paper goes through, and it goes in series. So now the paper goes into the orange one, so it gets another diamond. Now another diamond. The next one's blank, so the filter here is closed, and it goes to the stick instead, which it can go through, but the next two are blank, so it bypasses those filters, and then goes to the final stick, gets thrown into the last one, and then goes into the stamper, where the diamond pickaxe is made and thrown in the mag tubes to arrive at the destination right over here. And as you see, we have a diamond pickaxe, which is what we wanted. So that was simple enough as it is, but probably is not the only thing you're going to want to make. You're not going to want to just make a bunch of diamond pickaxes. Although that's nice and everything, you can make a much smaller machine for that. But let's go for something a little more useful. So for instance, our energy crystal over here. Our energy crystal is made, if we check the recipe, with 8 redstone and a diamond. We have the diamond, but let's add the redstone. Redstone right here, let's throw it into slot number 3. And then make it. So, as you know, we create redstone, and what we do is do a new item. Then what we do is redstone, use slot 3, and then we do item exclamation mark, assigning redstone the appropriate stuff. Now, because redstone cannot be created by anything, what we need to do is do 0 redstone exclamation mark. This pretty much tells it that redstone cannot be crafted by anything, so if it needs to check whether redstone can be crafted, it just skips it entirely and throws an error. So now we have redstone, we also have diamonds, but we need to create the energy crystal. So let's create energy. And for energy, we are going to have, what is it? It's new craft. So now we have a new craft called energy, but we don't have anything assigned to it because we just created this new craft. So first thing we're going to need to do is whenever we craft energy, as you see by the recipe using the energy crystal right over here, you can only make 1 energy crystal when you do this. So what we want to do is say that whenever you create energy, you can only make 1 of them. So we just do that and assign that we only have 1 there. Now, for the recipe, it's simple enough. We type out redstone. It's made with 8 of them in a nice little square pattern. So redstone at the top, we have redstone here, diamond in the middle, and redstone again. And finally at the bottom, redstone, redstone, redstone. Good. Now we go with the crafted name, energy. And finally, what we do is set craft. So now the craft is set for energy. So all we have to do is just create them. So 1 energy, and making sure that the redstone is in there, we do Wreckcraft. So it gets pulled out along with the diamond, gets buffered again, and it sees that it has all the required materials, and once everything's okay, it just sends it off into the required slots, and we get our redstone energy crystal. As you can see, because of the solar helmet that I have on, it's charging a little bit, but it does not come with free energy, unfortunately. This machine is not able to bestow upon free energy. So that's easy enough to create something if you have all the materials required. But there is a problem. Say if we don't have sticks. That could be a real issue. We could put in some wooden planks. It's already programmed into the system, so let's try that. Let's try 1 diamond pick Wreckcraft. Now, as you'll learn, the Wreckcraft, the wreck in it, does not mean wreck, as in everything is getting destroyed. What it means is recursive crafting. So as you can see, 2 planks was taken from this, and it is going to go in and create a bunch of items. So it goes out and into the Merry Blue Yonder, and it's going to make some sticks. So the sticks will be made using the craft packet, and it'll go onwards, and it'll go through the system. The sticks will be stamped out and go onwards so it can be made again. Now that the system sees that there's sticks there, it'll sample it, make sure that it can make everything else, and then send the diamonds as well as the sticks on their way to make the final pickaxe. So, as you can see, it goes recursively, seeing backwards whether it has all the items. If it does not have all the items, say if it doesn't have the sticks and the diamonds required, it'll check the individual items to see whether they can be crafted in turn. Now to set that up, it's a little more complicated. You need to both have the item, so the item ID for the sticks are required, but you're also going to require a crafting recipe for the sticks. So how I usually have it, as you can see, is that a crafting recipe is made with the large letters, so diamond pick in all caps, whereas redstone, an item, is made using the small letters, so redstone is in lowercase. Now we also have planks in lowercase, but we have them in uppercase as well because it's also a crafting recipe. Now we will need to make that. So let's create plank. So plank will be our new craft. So how do we make this? Well, it's easy enough. We just check our nice recipes and we see that we can make it with wood, oak wood. And we have 4 oak planks out of that. So what we do is we see that there's 4 planks per craft. So we set it. And now we're going to need to create a new item as well. We're going to need to create the oak. But it's an item, therefore we'll put it as lowercase to be consistent and do a new item. Now we'll have to place this in the slots, and it's in slot 2 here. So we'll just do oak 2 item exclamation mark. And since oak will not be created for now, since I don't believe there's anything other than a tree farm that can create oak wood, therefore we'll just assign oak as 0, therefore it cannot be crafted. When you assign an item a number, it means that it cannot be crafted. So if you assign 0 to an item, it can't be crafted, but if you assign a number to a crafting recipe, that's how many can be made each time. So 4 planks. Now we need to be able to set oak, or rather plank, so that you can, when it doesn't see that it has enough planks, it will make them. So all we have to do is take the plank crafting recipe that we made earlier and then set it with the plank. So put the plank crafting recipe into the plank item recipe, like so, and instead of putting the 0 where the oak is, we put the crafting recipe where the item ID is. So we should be able to make some planks. So let's make 2 planks just for demonstration. It'll go through, get the oaks that are required, and actually we forgot one little tidbit. It doesn't have any crafting recipe because we did not assign it as we did earlier with energy. So what we have to do is wait for it to show that it cannot be crafted and then go onwards. So now let's just test this out for a quick demonstration. We'll take all the picks, and we have our diamonds and our nice oak left. So let's make one diamond pick once again with our recursive crafting. So let's do that. Now I'll look through. It has all the diamonds, so it checked that, but it can't make the sticks. It needs to make planks. It can't make the planks until it makes the wood. So it sees that it'll have wood, and then all it'll need to do is go onwards from there. Okay, the oak just went, and it is going into the planks. And once the planks are made, the sticks will be made, and once the sticks are made, the diamond pickaxe will finally be made. As you can see, all the rest of the stuff is blank. All it needed is one oak for the planks to be made. So it's just going through the entire system until it ends up here, and it'll go through, and everything will be nice and jolly, and we'll sing Christmas carols and all of that. 'Tis the season. Well, that's all the time for this episode of Super Project. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. I'll be posting a download link for this in the description. It will be using the Direwolf 20 Feed the Beast mod pack. So if you are using that, just simply plug this save into your saves folder, check it out, see what you can do with this, and see if you can find any improvements. I'll be posting the code later on once I get everything else sorted, and you'll see future improvements to this system as soon as they become available. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.